So, two hardest lessons to learn in the mortgage industry are one, you will never know everything. And two, something new will always come up. Okay. So, we have to accept that we need to be change agreeable people, right? We can't be change averse and be in this industry. It's never going to work for you. You have to be comfortable with change. Okay, so what about then you'll never know everything, right? We all want to be able to be an expert. We want to learn all the products and we be able to present them to the clients. But something that I see from our new agents all the time is they think that they're going to study all the products and then they're going to be able to be an expert in every situation. And the reality is, every situation is different, every client is different, and new things come up, new things change. So I'll use an example of we often worked with people buying their first rental property. And we would put a mortgage and a line of credit on their primary residence. And then when they found a home, they would use the line of credit for down payment and closing costs. So they would then, use that money, lock it in, and so on. So it was available, but they weren't being charged anything on it until the right property came along, because some of these people were waiting for the perfect property, the perfect conditions. It might be 6 months, it might be a year before they buy. So refi for them didn't make sense. And then one day I submitted a mortgage like that. And that lender that we had done that with a lot said, "Oh, sorry, we don't do that anymore." Like, what do you mean you don't do that anymore? No, you're no longer allowed to use a line of credit for down payment for a rental property. Okay, new rule. We've done this so many times. All of a sudden, everything changes. Cool. Okay. So then, we figure out how to navigate what other lenders we're going to use, like what that's going to look like. And then a few weeks later, they changed that rule back. I found out on the fly because somebody else mentioned, "Hey, did you know they changed this back?" I didn't know. We didn't get communication. So then we were using this makeshift other way of doing things when the best scenario was actually now available again. Didn't tell us, right? This is going to happen all the time. And so we really need to get comfortable with knowing that things are going to change and it's okay, right? You have, as a mortgage broker, mortgage agent, you have lots of different mortgage options. There's going to be a few that are similar, and a few that are going to be the best fit. So if one changes, there's still other options, but the government rules change, the rates change, how we qualify people changes, how we qualify outstanding balances on lines of credit is different for different lenders. Minimum credit scores can change, or there could be exceptions to the rules. GDS and TDS limits, sometimes they can go differently depending on the lender, the situation, the client, so on, right? There's all these different, rules, and then there's exceptions to the rule, right? And the challenge is that even when you learn something, okay, I was able to get this magical exception on this client, it does not mean that the exact same profile of client, you'll be able to do that in 2 months. So it's quite a challenging industry. And what can we do to actually overcome these challenges? To be honest, the best thing you can do is get very, very good at setting expectations for clients, right? And very, very good at research. With your clients, you're always saying to them, "Hey, this is about where I think we'll land. This is approximately what I think you can do. I'm going to do some research, get some more details, and then I'm going to come back to you." And in that time, you're going to make sure you can do what you think you can, that, say it's a purchase that you have more than one lender that can do what you're banking on doing, right? You have more than one lender with that rate, that product, that exception, whatever it is, right? So that you know that you can set client expectations clearly, because otherwise this isn't going to work out for you. If you think that everything is going to be detailed and perfect all the time and we're going to find the most perfect situation for every client on step one and that it's just going to stay that way forever with that lender, uh, it's not going to happen. So this is a super negative podcast, I guess, but at the end of the day, the important thing is what you need to get really good at. So really, really good at setting client expectations and doing research. Even hundreds of deals in, there are often times where we are emailing every single BDM and saying, "Here's a situation. Here's the exception I need. Do you think you can do it? Or do you think that you can get insurers to do it?" Right? Or sometimes we're going to the insurers and seeing if they can do it and then reverse engineering that back to the lenders and saying, "We've got insurers who can do this. So now are you okay with it?" right? There is some work involved in sometimes getting these tricky situations done, but I believe in you. I know you can do it. It's not that hard. It's really just about being resourceful and being really good with the communication.